Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Max. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the recent news circulating around about Kieran Tierney and Mark Cucurella, who could be, of course, massive targets for Newcastle to come in on loan with an option to buy in this transfer window. Also, we're going to talk about as well departures from the club, players that are currently at this moment in time on the verge of possibly leaving Newcastle United, and that is where we will start off this video today. We'll talk about, of course, the recent news circulating around that Ryan Fraser is being highly targeted by Celtic. Brendan Rodgers is looking to bring in another winger at, of course, Celtic, and he is targeting the 29-year-old Ryan Fraser, somebody that's fell out of favour in Newcastle United, of course, and somebody who still has 2 years remaining on their current contract in Newcastle United as well. Other players that are still with the club but have been at the moment exiled away from the senior squad is Isaac Hayden, somebody Newcastle is looking to get rid of off of the books. And of course, Jeff Hendrick as well, who is another player that Newcastle are looking to get off of the books now. As of the Isaac Hayden one, we have seen that he has been linked with a possible move to Southampton, though Southampton hasn't put in any formal bids yet for Isaac Hayden. Jeff Hendrick as well has had some offers, has had some links with clubs, but no formal bids put in by them clubs yet. But this one looks very, very possible that Ryan Fraser will be making his way to Celtic if Newcastle can agree on a fee with Celtic for Ryan Fraser. Like I've said, 29 years old, he's still got 2 years remaining on his contract as well. Newcastle aren't demanding a significant transfer fee for the Scotland international, neither. Newcastle are drawing a line under it, and they do want to try and get the wages off of the books, of course. So I think if we could get maybe somewhere in the region of 5 million to 10 million for Ryan Fraser, then that would be a fantastic deal just to get him off the books, to free up their wages so that we can put that money into more players coming through the door, some more signings, as we have seen already. Eddie Howe has said, that he does want to bring in at least one more signing in this window, and we are being heavily linked with right centre backs all over the world right now, and we are also being heavily linked with left back position as well, with the news of Kieran Tierney and Mark Cucurella. Now, moving on to that, like I say, we are being linked with moves for them two players with the obligation to buy on loan, of course. Now, will Chelsea want to do business in that way of course, with them seeing us as a direct competition? Same with Arsenal as well, seeing us as a direct competition for European places. I think they will, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, with the amount of problems that Kieran Tierney's had in his career, it is a chance for Arsenal to get him off of their books. Now, that's a little bit of a worrying factor that I've always seen with the Kieran Tierney one. He does have problems with injuries, so that is a worrying factor looking at it. But I'm sure, everything will be fully checked over before we would even make a bid for the player. I'm sure Dan Ashworth and the medical team at Newcastle United would fully check over everything to make sure that there was no, underlying problems there with Kieran Tierney if we did bring him in on loan with that obligation to buy. For me, I would probably go for the Mark Cucurella one, just because, we're seeing what he could do with Brighton before he went to Chelsea. He does have pace. He is a younger player as well. So, they're both young lads to begin with, but I do believe Mark Cucurella is younger than Kieran Tierney. So, I think we would get more out of Mark Cucurella than we would get out of Tierney as well. And under a manager like Eddie Howe, imagine what you could get out of Mark Cucurella you could do wonders with Tierney as well, don't get us wrong. But I think Cucurella does have something that, you know, would benefit us hugely, and that is the fact that he has pace. He can do pressing play as well, which is something that we, you know, have a lot of in the team and would need to do as well in the team, because that is the way we play. So for me, out of them two players, I would go with Mark Cucurella. Hopefully we'll see something more on this news as well of Ryan Fraser going to Celtic. Hopefully we do, you know, see an offer coming in from Celtic for Ryan Fraser. We've only got until the 1st of September, of course, until that window shuts, closed, and then we can't do any business again until the January window opens. So we'll definitely have a good squad there, as we've proven with the first game of the season at St James's against Aston Villa, you know, coming away 5-1 winners against Aston Villa on the opening day. But like Eddie Howe has said in his press conferences, he would like to add at least one more player into the team, just to add then to that depth, you know, give Will a little bit more of an option there. Of course, with we're now in the Champions League, and then of course further down the line in the season as well, just to get a little bit more depth into the team. But anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, hit like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags. If you want to join the membership, you can. It's only $1.99 a month. You get perks of a shout out on the channel once a month, and of course priority replies to your comments down in the comments below. If you don't want to support the channel by that means, then you can also support the channel by hitting the super thanks button down below. All donations are welcome, none of them are taken for granted. Or just simply hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You do not know how much a thumbs up really does support the channel, and it is completely free. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one, and how are the lads?